Shyness is something that all of us have had to deal with. Some of us have had to deal with, and some of us are still dealing with. Hello, and welcome to your Level Up Journey with Mona. And today we're going to be talking about shyness. Mm. Shyness is something that all of us have had to deal with. Some of us have had to deal with, and some of us are still dealing with. Shyness is something that wasn't inborn in any of us. We didn't weren't born with shyness. It's something that we acquire due to past traumatic experiences in our childhood. It's something that we acquire as a result of past trauma. Now, how does shyness, where does it stem from? Number one, it can stem from overprotective parents. Yes. Some of our parents growing up, they sheltered us a little bit too much. Some of our parents didn't allow us go out, to socialize. They didn't allow us relate with kids in the neighborhood because they were scared we'd get corrupted, or they were scared of us being hurt in one way or the other. They were scared of something bad happening to us. And this is due to no fault of theirs. But on the flip side, growing up, you find that such kids that were too sheltered, they find it hard to mingle, they find it hard to make friends. They rather stay in the comforts of their own home, in their own bubble. Now, another way shyness stems from is when you chastise a child in public. Some of our parents are a little bit too harsh to children. When a child does something to you, you must not chastise that child in public. You must not yell at the child and bring that child to their barest minimum and just bring that child down. Yes, they are kids, but they also have feelings. We're all human beings. Just like as an adult will have feelings, a child too also has feelings and will feel hurt and embarrassed when you talk to them, when you yell at them and insult them in public, in the presence of strangers. So as parents, please, I implore you, take your tone down a little bit. You don't have to tell that child their whole history in front of a stranger outside. Take it back home and then talk to the child. Correct the child. Another way shyness stems from is abandonment issues. Some of us have abandonment issues. Growing up, some of us grew up in single parent homes where one of the parents were not available, particularly for ladies, for the girls, where you grew up with just your mom and your dad is not in the picture. We find that such girls lack confidence. Some of these girls find it hard to mingle, to socialize. This is because growing up as a little girl, your father is the first interaction you have with the opposite sex. So if your father is not there to tell you how beautiful you are, to tell you that you can do every and anything you set your mind to, you find that such girls find it hard to mingle, to socialize, to be able to see value in themselves. Now, another way shyness comes from, now in retrospect, I would say that my shyness came from the fact that I was the last born of seven children. Yes. And even my immediate elder sibling is 4 years older than me. So you can imagine as an African child what that means. It means that your opinion is relegated to the background. It means that when you talk, they shush you up because they feel this girl you're too small to understand what we are talking about. You're too small to have a concrete, valid opinion on this matter. And I think growing up, that's where my shyness stemmed from. Now, another way shyness stems from is when you feel that you are less than. Growing up, maybe one incident or the other happened that maybe people laughed at you, or you made a mistake on something important and people laughed. Of course, children, your fellow children can be a bit naughty and silly and they laugh at you. Maybe a group of kids laugh at you in your classroom, because you made a mistake and all that. Things like that as a child, when it leaves some kind of traumatic experience in you, that when you grow up, you also have a problem talking to people in large gatherings. Now, what are the byproducts of shyness? Ah, one of them is doubting one's capabilities. You begin to doubt yourself. You begin to doubt whether you're smart. You begin to doubt whether your opinion counts in the grand scheme of things. You begin to doubt if you can, compete with others. Another thing that another byproduct of shyness is that you lose your self value, you lose your self worth, you lose your self confidence. Now, here are points to break free from shyness. Tested and tried points that will help you break free from shyness. Number one is be intentional. You have to be intentional about it. It's not going to come to you just like that, but you have to make that effort. You have to be intentional about breaking free from shyness. How do you do that? Practice. What you need to do is take up speaking engagements. Make that effort. Volunteer to speak at events. Volunteer to handle any speaking engagement whatsoever. It can be in your classroom, it can be in your church, it can be wherever, but volunteer to take up speaking engagements. Now, this is something I have done. In my 20s, when I realized that, baby girl, it looks like you're shy, I said, okay, in my church, I decided to take up teaching the teenagers in my church. It's not like I was confident or anything like that, no. But I said, the best way to get over this is to actually, speak, talk to people in large gatherings. It may not be the largest, but it may just be a group of people. Speak to them, talk to them, teach them. I started teaching the teenage group in my church, and it really helped me a great deal. Number two is acquire knowledge. Trust me, if you don't know anything, you won't be able to talk where people are. You will feel stupid, you feel silly. So when you read, you acquire knowledge, you have a good knowledge on things. You know things, you read up on things, you research on things, you have a broad knowledge on things that matter, then yes, you will be prompted to speak. Because trust me, if you're in a group where people are saying the wrong things and you've already read about this thing, you already have good knowledge on these things, you're sure of the right thing, trust me, you'll be forced to speak and tell them, oh, you guys, what you're saying is wrong. This is actually the facts. You'll be prompted to speak. So you have to read, you have to research, gain knowledge, acquire knowledge, take up courses, and this will help you have better knowledge on things and will be able to prompt you to speak. Another way to get rid of shyness is knowing your worth. You have to know your worth. You have to know that you are worth something. You have to look at yourself the way God sees you, knowing that you are made in the image and likeness of God. And God can never make rubbish. So if you know that you are somebody in the eyes of God, then trust me, you will never feel inferior to anybody else. You will never feel like your opinion does not count. You never feel like, oh, I can't talk to this person because this person is bigger than me or this person is more superior to me. No, you will know that because you are made in the image and likeness of God, that you matter in the grand scheme of things, and that your opinion counts, and that people want to people want to learn from you, people want to hear you speak because you matter. Now, another point is you have to practice. Practice makes perfect. If you do not practice, there's no way you will get better. Even if it's to be speaking to the mirror, talk to the mirror. Talk to a group of your friends. At least you should be comfortable with some of your friends. Speak to them. Then let that group keep growing in number. If you're comfortable speaking with two people, try adding on two more people, make it four people. Practice makes perfect. Let me tell you, you're going to make mistakes. Yes, you're going to make mistakes, that's for sure. You're going to stumble on your words, you're going to fumble on your words. That's okay. That's fine, because even the greatest speakers make mistakes. Even the greatest YouTubers, the greatest content creators, they make mistakes. That content they made, it wasn't done in one go. Even this one I'm doing, it's not done in one go. So yes, we'll make mistakes, but you just have to keep pushing on. Practice makes perfect. Now, lastly, try speaking slowly. Yes, if you're speaking slowly, that way you'll be able to put together your thoughts. You'll be able to control how you speak. You won't rush your words. You won't fumble on your words as much. And trust me, when you take your time to speak to people, people will be like, it's like this girl knows what she has a lot in her head. It's like she has something tangible to say. It's like this boy has something tangible to say. So take your time, coordinate your thoughts, and then speak gently. That way, it gives you time to think. It also gives you time to space your words and you're able to take your time to speak and be calm about speaking to people. Now, I hope you like this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.